join me in welcoming Bev with her presentation using vocal variety and gestures, kicking your speech up a notch.
Would you like to kick your speeches up a notch? Today, I'm going to give you some tips how you can do just that by using your voice. As Pathways tells us, an outstanding public speaker is very engaging. Those people can make you forget what you were thinking about before they stepped on the stage. And you leave with something, even if it was just a joke, but something that you heard is taken away by you. They are intriguing, they're entertaining, and they're interesting, and that's why they have an impact on you. Aside from a well-crafted speech, compelling speakers take full advantage of their voices. Here are some tips that I'm going to give you about volume, pitch, quality, articulation, and pace to help you become one of those engaging speakers. A good speaking voice should be balanced between extremes of volume. Being able to control the loudness or softness of your voice helps to keep the audience's attention. Speaking too loudly for a long time is going to annoy the audience. And speaking too softly is going to have just about the same effect because people are going to be tired of leaning in and listening to everything that you have to say, trying to understand you. However, you should also vary your volume for emphasis. For example, if you're conveying anger, you want to raise your voice. And if you're sharing something secretive, you want to lower your voice. The pitch of your voice is how high or low you are on the musical scale. You should vary your speech because droning on and on in the same monotone is likely to put your listeners to sleep. And also, if you squeak in a high tone, on and on, people are going to cover their ears and not hear your message either. You should adapt the pitch of your voice to the material that you're presenting. For example, a high pitch conveys excitement, and a low pitch can convey sadness or thoughtfulness. Voice quality. Your voice should convey friendliness, naturalness, and confidence, and be enjoyable and pleasant to the ears of the audience. You should try recording yourself or listening to a recording that I've sent you from a meeting and listen. Does your voice sound harsh? Does it sound shrill? If it does, you'll know how you could change your tone and your voice quality to better reach your audience. Personally, when speaking, I like to be relaxed but enthusiastic. If you have a shrill voice, especially, it usually indicates some sort of tension, which is common amongst newer Toastmasters. Number 4, I want to ask you a question. Do you mumble? Maybe you don't know, or maybe you don't mumble at all. But when you speak, you have to be understood. The term articulation refers to how distinctly you formulate your words when you speak. It includes both how you pronounce individual words and how clearly you create speech sounds. Mispronunciation is a failure of articulation. For example, when people say just rather instead of just, or when people say gonna instead of going to, are two things that are a misarticulation of words. I personally work hard at not doing those things because I believe that speaking with gists and gonnas takes away some of our credibility as speakers. And the 5th thing is pace. A speaker's pace is the speed with which they speak. Many speakers, when they're new at Toastmasters, are either speaking too quickly because they want to get it all over with, or too slowly because they're thinking about everything that they're going to say. A speaker whose pace is too fast is difficult to understand, and a speaker whose pace is too slow may risk losing the attention of the audience. When speaking in front of an audience causes you to feel anxious or nervous, maybe it would help if you think about your pace and focus on how quickly or slowly that you're speaking. Once you have become better at that, then your anxiety will probably go down because you're able to control one of the variables in your speaking. A speaker's pace, a speaker's pace can create or enhance emotion in your speech. If the speaker sounds anxious, then the audience might feel anxious. If a speaker sounds cool and calm and relaxed, then the audience could feel like that. Think of somebody like Tony Robbins or another motivational speaker. Tony has got a message to give, and he's loud and he's proud and he's speaking loudly and he's speaking quickly and he's speaking softly and lowly. And when he's speaking loud and that, people are getting excited. And when he's speaking softly, people are thinking about what they have to say. Vocal variety is more than just sound quality. It also is how a speaker uses silence to build tension and impact. Each presenter has a unique way of varying their voice. These variations are all components of vocal variety. Specifically, vocal variety is made up of volume, pitch, quality, articulation, and pace. When you present a speech, effective use of vocal variety is essential to connect you with your audience members and make your speech impactful. To accomplish this, I have a suggestion for you. Why don't you take this opportunity to practice by getting just a simple children's book and reading that children's book as you apply all of these things. Imagine how children would get excited. And I think some of us probably already do that when we're reading a story to children. Through your voice and your words, you influence others. Take every opportunity to practice the 5 elements I have told you about today if you want to achieve success as a speaker and kick your speech up a notch.